Ah, yes. It's on YouTube if you want to check it out. But today, our subject is Final Fantasy VI. In honor of the Pixel remaster that people have been playing, we are going to play a song from Final Fantasy VI. I looked through it. I feel like this is the one that's most in line with our current abilities, with the music theory lessons that we've been doing. So, here we go. Welcome to Make Noise with Noise. I'm Noise Police. We're gonna be doing, we're gonna dissect this song from beginner, starting out, to advanced music theory jazz chord questions. So I encourage you to get any sort of noise-making device that you may have around you, near you, and follow along. Okay, so the first thing. This is Locke's theme from Final Fantasy VI. Also, the Returner's theme. It's the music that plays anytime in the game when there's reference of the Returners or of Locke being valiant. Locke has other themes in the game that are more melancholy, like Rachel's themes. Yeah, play some keys along with me, boy. And of course, we have our staff. So the first thing we want to do on our instrument is find out what kind of, I'm starting basic. You have a keyboard, maybe your keyboard isn't as big as mine. Don't worry, it's how you use it. So, we know that F has 3 black keys above it, and C has 2 black keys above it. If you're gonna memorize anything, just memorize that, okay? So we look to my keyboard, the lowest note has 2 black keys above it, that means it's a C. Okay? So that's what a C looks like. 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 And remember, F, A, C, E. And our favorite, every good boy deserves fudge. E, G, B, D, F. All right. Notes. Figure out your instrument. Here we go. This tune is in the key of G major. How do we know that? Well, it's because we look at the key signature and we see that it has one note. Every good boy deserves fudge sharp. Oh, well, G flat is the same as an F sharp, trust me. So we see in there, right next to the treble clef, right before the A, rehearsal letter A, right beneath the quarter note equals 140, that sharp, looks like a hashtag. It's called a sharp. That means you take your F note, every good boy deserves fudge, or we know that it has the 3 black notes. Well, guess what the 3 black notes are? They're F sharp, man! So that's F sharp. That's what that accidental in the key signature is. That tells us this is not in C, where we go with all the white notes. There is one note that is an accidental. In this case, it's this one. So we're going to start on our G. This is in G scale. And then instead of playing, I'm going to do. See how that works? Do you see what I see every day as Warren G? Start on G. The key signature tells you how to play the scale. Play all the notes except on that F. Instead of playing F, we're going to play F sharp. And ladies and gentlemen, that is a G major scale, okay? Boom. So that's what key we're playing in right now. So get accustomed with your G major scale here, right? I mean, these are not the correct fingerings. There'll be one day where we're going to do piano lesson class where we learn the right fingerings. Because you don't want to be crossing over fingers like I'm doing, like a damn spider is on the keyboard or whatever. But I digress. If you want to get into piano fingerings, the idea is that if you're going, the idea is you just keep your hand, So if we were to go down from C, we would want to play the C with our pinky Because it's like the highest note we're going to play, so we have the most range, you know? Get all the way down to that note just like that. One hand, right? So whatever, you can think about that if you want to get more into piano fingerings, but we're not going to do that right now. We're just talking about theory and how to play the song. All right, so we got our G major scale. And we look through the melody and we see a lot of notes that don't have accents, but then we see that pesky F with the natural. You see that? See that? We're going to get to that. All right, so let's go back to building scales. G. We know that this is F because it's got 3 black keys above it. So we know that if we know our A, B, C, D, E, F, Gs, we know that one above F is G. Okay? 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 And we know that to build a G major chord, which the first chord is because it's G with nothing next to it, which means it's the default position, the default sound, and the default sound to our Western ears is major. Okay, so when it has nothing next to it, that means it's a major chord. It don't need explanation. Slap! Like Robin, he's like, I don't see anything next to the chord. Do we play mage? You know, M-A-J, and then Batman goes, slap! It's the default sound, stupid. Okay. So we're dealing with that, right? Sorry, but you don't know that. So remember, to get to the 5th, 7 half steps up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's our 5th. Let's ring out the 5ths. In this case, it's the notes G and D. Oh. We're just getting acquainted with the... Why not? Okay, so what note goes in between that to give it some color, to give it some flavor? Well, for a major chord, we know that it's 4 half steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. That sounds right to me, huh? So now, we're gonna go all over the piano with these notes, which are G, B, and D. That's our G sound. That's the first chord. Second chord. What in the world is that? Looks like 2 chords. Surely they don't want us to have a second person. That is a slash chord. The slash, the chord that is on top or on the left, is the real chord. That's the chord you're playing. For instance, that's right. And then the slash tells you what note to play in the bass. This is a first inversion, technically. So D, let's find our D. We already know what D is from our G 5th, right? So we want 7 half steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we want to find 4 half steps for the third. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a D major chord, which is what we want. We are ignoring the slash F sharp for now. Back to that. So far we're going, or if we're not doing voicings, it's like this. Right? That's what we're worrying about for now. And then we have C. Okay, let's do the same thing. We're ignoring the slashes for now. We're going to get back to that, okay? That's going to come in 10 minutes. 7 half steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we have to find the 1, 2, 3, 4. All major chords so far. All right, so we have G, we have D, we have C, and then D again, and then G again. Yay! We got through 4 bars. It took us a little bit, but you just build it up so it makes sense, and then you can quickly transfer your knowledge from how to build chords to the other chords. Music. Because what if I was like, well, okay, let's play this all up a fourth? You'd have to start thinking in a different way about how these things are built, you know, and how they relate to each other. So, lovely. Okay, next, B flat giant pyramid 7. I will tell you that we are also going to ignore that right now. And we'll get back to that when we get back to the change bass notes. But B flat, wait a minute. That's a weird chord. Well, we know that the one note that has 2 black keys above it is C. And we know that C is the next letter of the alphabet after B. So we'll just go down 1. And then we know that if this is a B, then the note in between B and A must be a B flat. And that looks like a B flat. And that is a B flat. Because, gravy boats don't fly. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Watch this. It's an Olympic theme, but anyway. Okay, and then so we got this, and then the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. B flat major, just like I said, right? From the G chord to the B flat chord, just so we know we got the movement. All of a sudden, you got a hip hop beat. Right? Okay. Next chord, A minus 7. Okay, we're not going to pay attention to 7, but we are going to pay attention to the minus. Because the minus tells us that this is no default chord. This is not a major chord. This is a minor chord. So we're going to go A. Now remember, minor chords have the same fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm starting to get heated up now. But it's 1, 2, 3 instead of 4. Oh, yeah, that sounds like a minor chord to me, right? Okay, let's go from the B flat major to the A minor. This is in the second line down. What is measure 5? B flat major to A minor. Okay. You notice that it's almost every note goes down 1. But it's not, because this one goes down 2. And that should make sense because one's a major chord and one's a minor chord. Next, A flat. All right, well, if this is A and this is G, then this must be the note between them. The space between is A flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All of a sudden, we're starting to touch some keys we've never touched on our piano before. In episode number 4, make noise police, all right? And it's A flat 7. We're going to ignore the 7. That means A flat major. 1, 2, 3, 4. gonna go, let's start from the B flat major, A minor, A flat major. Let's practice that again. The B flat major, A minor, A flat major. All right. Blah, blah, blah. Now we have that D, and we know the D. We already did the D. D is this. We figured it out earlier, right? So we have B flat major, A minor, A flat major, D, G. Ooh, does that sound so nice? It smells like a Souls tune. Ooh, let's do it like if we play it like this. Check it out. Wait. That's all it is, but, you know, we're giving it a more stately thing. Okay. So here we go. Let's play the whole A section. G, D, C, D, G. Here we go. B flat major, A minor, A flat major, D, G. Let's put the metronome on and put it down to a very slow speed. This will help us. So we got our metronome out. That's the thing in the middle here. I'm moving the timer. It says 140. So let's do 75% of that, which is 70 plus 35 is 105, right? To 105. We're in 4/4 time because we see the 4 over the 4. So 4/4 meter. Okay, here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Here comes the second line. Here comes the repeat. 2, 3, 4. Here we go again. I like that. That's so cool. Right? I love that little turnaround there. Okay. And with the melody, it sounds like this. Right? Boom. Love it. Let's not get into the sevens or the change bass stuff yet. Let's go on. We're almost there. The B section. All right. Has a D with a slash next to it, which means minor. 7 half steps up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We already know the fifth of D is A. We figured out earlier on the D major chord, but now instead of this, we have this. So we have this, and then we go to C. We know C, right? B flat, we know that already. F. We have not encountered an F chord as of yet. Let's build F. All right. 1, and then let's go up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The devil's number 7. The lucky number, I don't know, right? I think the devil's number is 6. That's why the tritone is 6. 7. 7 is nice. Okay. And then 4. There's our F major chord. Yay! You should know F major chord from previous installments of Make Noise. All right, so here we go. D minor, this is at letter B, which is the third line down. D minor, C, B flat, to F. That sounds like a church song, huh? Love it. All right, you can have fun with that all day. Make a rap beat. Okay, second line of B, which is the fourth line down on the page. We once again have D minor. And we once again have C. And we once again have B flat. But now we have that A minor chord, which we know earlier from B flat. In the same order. And then what is this? Oh my lord, G with a minor? I thought we were in G major. Do what it says, bro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. But it's not. It's 3. Skuggy! Woo! Look at, oh my lord! Wow! 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 What an explosion! Wow! I'm gonna need a towel after that. How was slow mo? Did you get the 7 minute? 7 minute slow mo? Slow mo. All right. So, anyways, we are on the bridge, the B section right here. We have D minor, C, B flat, going to F. Then we once again have D minor, to C, to B flat, to A minor. Now here's that G minor we were just talking about. 8! Shut up. 8? I don't believe the game can be beaten that in that much. And then we go to F again. What's up, Yump? Sacred Oils hype. E flat. Let's learn our E flat chord. We haven't encountered that yet. This is where the song gets cool, I think. So E flat. We know that this is C and this is D and this is E, so this must be E flat. It's one down. The note between E and D. It's E flat, baby. E flat, E flat. Edo, the E flat goes out to you. All right. So anyway, go 7 up, 7 half steps, find the 5th of E flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Let it ring out. Let it ring true. Play all those fists around the keyboard. That's right, or whatever instrument you have. And then we know that to get it has nothing next to it, so we can assume it's the default position, which is major. E flat major, which is 4 half steps for the 3rd. We got this going on. Then we go 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's what we want. Ah, yes. I feel like I've been planted in the earth. So that's the last chord right before letter C. Let's play that whole B section now. This is letter B. It's the 3rd line down. We're going to play the 3rd and 4th line. This is the bridge of this song. Here we go. So it goes. Right, the F. Here goes the D minor again. So far, that's what we got, right? And if we put it together with everything, we have so easy right here. We practice this so it would sound good, right? All right, there we go. Repeat again. Practice this part, but we remember, don't pay attention to any of the 7s. We don't. Here's the bridge. And then we get to find out this next chord. It's a D flat. Well, we know that this is C on this keyboard, so this must be D. If you know your alphabet. Is the alphabet the same in every language? I think it is. A, B, C, D, E, F, A. A, B, C, D, E, F, A. Hey, hota, iki, sata. That's way off. Okay, here we go. So if this is C, then this is D, and the note between them must be D flat. Woo-wee! I like that. I'm awake now. 7 up for the 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's ring it out. Just doing that is practice. Trust me, it's getting you fluent and getting around on your instrument. Okay, now we need, it's got nothing next to it. It's a D flat with nothing next to it, which means it's D flat major. Let's go up. Yep, and then so that means it's 4 from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sounds like D flat major to me. All right, so that's our chord now. Woo! So from E flat to D flat. From E flat to D flat. From E flat to D flat. Okay, so that's D flat. We got that for 2 bars. D flat to D flat. Ooh, and then F minor. We had F major earlier, which was this, recall. F, A, C. So if this is F major that we learned earlier, then if we just lower this A, yeah, we can take the shortcut from major to minor now. Start thinking about that. Major, minor, major, minor, major, minor, major, minor. You know, major, minor, minor. Seeing that the root and the 5th is the same, it's just one note, that third in between, the note that's in the middle of our chord building. Determines if it's major or minor. So if we know what F major is, which we do, then we can just go, yeah, that's F minor, right? I don't need to build the 1, 2, 3, 4. We know that. Okay, so F minor, and then for the same thing, we know C major, so we know C minor. Boom, right? A little different, then back up to D flat. Now this sounds weird. Let's play it. Here we go. The D flat, a D flat, to the Okay, we know B flat major, so this must be B flat minor. Right? And then C. We're not worrying about the slashes. And then D. So let's play that whole section at C, which is the last 2 lines of the sheet music. This is the D flat major chord. A D flat, B flat minor. And then C and D and da, D, 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 da, D, da, da, ba, da, ba, da, ba, da, 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 way, da, 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 ba, da, da. These are all simple, basic voicings. Watch this, it's all downward. Okay. It's 11:38. We have time to talk about more. So that's basic. I mean, if you just apply all the basic things that I've taught you about how to build basic chords, you can play that. Now let's talk about what all this extra inscription is on here. Decline. Okay, I hope that doesn't happen during the race. The G, the first chord, at letter A, at the top. What's up, Yump? What's up, Edo? Again, what's up, Skunky? Expect some Super Mario Brothers 2, Yump. Okay, G, that has nothing next to it, so we can play G, or or G, or G, or G, or G, or G, or G, or G. But you see that I have the G down here all the time, the bass note. If I were a bass player, I'd be like, oh, right? Mickey Mouse on the bass go, oh, right? G, right? But I can do my different voices. We talked about voicings in a previous episode. In My Girl, I think. Right? But we get to this next chord, the second bar, it says D over F sharp. So we know that that's D major because we're ignoring the over F sharp. But let's not ignore F sharp anymore, all right? So F sharp is this note, but what it's telling you is to take your D's in your hands and move them to F sharp. Well, that's a little different. I changed nothing about my right hand. The only thing I changed is that I'm playing an F sharp in my left hand instead of a D. So instead of going, here's where it opens up for you. Instead of going, we're going. That's what the slashes are telling you. You see how much cooler that was? And how much more Final Fantasy VI it was? Instead of wow, dang. But this is like sophisticated drinker thing. Yes. There's a difference between Wild Thing and sophisticated drinker thing. There's no difference in the right hand between Wild Thing and sophisticated drinker thing. But it's in that left hand. There's me. There's me. Okay. That's right. Pinky, what's up, Game Time? I'm glad to see you back. All right. So that's the first line. Second line. We get something other than the slashes. So that's what slashes mean. Slashes mean to change your bass note to that note. It's telling you what note. The top note or the left note, most note, depending on how they draw it, is the chord you play, and the bottom note is your bass note. Now this B flat pyramid triangle 7 that happens on the second line here. We've been playing B flat major, right? I told you to ignore the triangle and the 7. Okay. The 7 means that you add a 7 to the chord. This is 1, 3, 5. And I know I've been telling you 1, 7 because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 4 because it's 1, 2, 3, 4. But those are just, you know, the frets on the guitar. That's not the scale. The scale is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See what I'm saying? So this is 1, 3, 5, which means that this is 7. And the reason piano is cool is because you can see that this is like skipping notes. You know, it's like every other note. You can see that on the keyboard. But what if she don't even have a big ol' ass? Oh, thank you, God. You the greatest. Name that tune. If 40 could do it. If 40 were here, he would name that tune. So anyways, that means a 7. The triangle 7. I don't want to... You're just going to have to commit this to memory. It means major 7. It means major. Which means we play the major scale, and that's it. It's the 7 we thought it was. So that's that chord, okay? So let's play the whole thing. Da, dee, dee, dee. Da, 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 da. Wait. Do, 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 do. Okay, and the next chord. Got it. Got it, game time. Okay. A minor we've been playing, but then it has a 7. Now, I know I told you that default is major, but that doesn't apply when we're talking about notes in the chord. This applies to the chord. This is an A minor chord we're playing. So along with an A minor chord, you would play an A minor scale. And in an A minor scale, the 7 is not this. It's this. It's a half step down from what the major 7 would be, aka the minor 7. So this is an A minor 7 chord. We're going from B flat major 7 to A minor 7 to A flat 7 to D7 So check that out with the extensions. Started to sound a lot jazzier, right? This scribble scratch is telling you what to do. It's telling you the notes to play in a compact way. We don't have any extensions here. And then, okay, C minor 7 right there, so we have C minor that we've been playing. This is the second line from the bottom. 7 on that is a B flat. The triangle on the B flat indicates that you play a major 7 there. Which is a half step down. A major 7 is 1 half step lower than the root because it leads, you know? It wants to go to that root, right? Now, if it were a B flat with a 7 with no triangle, if it just said B flat 7, instead of this, it would be this. I'm happy to answer other questions about it. I don't want to confuse you by trying to explain more than... Yeah. So, for instance, let's do another one. In the next bar, let's just do it with C, okay? If we had a... This would just be C. If it just said C, like it does... I don't know. If it just said C, it'd be like this, right? If it says C triangle 7, it would be this. Right? If it's, so that's C triangle 7, major 7. If it just says, this is the order it goes. If it just says C7, it goes like this. If it says C dash 7, it's this. If it says C circle with a slash in it 7, it's this. We're lowering one note, one half step every time. And if it says C circle 7, it's this. So the triangle 7 is just the first step away from a totally major chord, right? Yeah, that's 7. It's just like that, right? Then you start lowering other things, right? At the beginning of this book, there is a glossary of terms that explains how to build what all the nomenclature means. Okay, so that's it, except for the last 2 bars. We have a C chord. Now this is a little different because so far the change bass that we've had in the second bar with the D over F sharp and the C over E, those have been notes that have been in the chord. Right? This one is not. This is C over D. That's a Steely Dan sound right there. But see, it's about how it goes to this. Okay? There you go. So here's the whole song. Yes, it is. Composed by Nobuo Uematsu, who composed all of the Final Fantasy music, probably still to this point today. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That is how to play. That is one of the easier songs from Final Fantasy VI, because it just involves major and minor chords. If you can spice it up with the extensions, the 7s, if you want to, but it still sounds pretty good if you just play basic voicings over the chords, because they let the chords do the work, you know. Thanks, Drawith. And then a little bit of change bass, you know, get into that, paying attention to the notes that your left hand's playing, not just the normal root. You know, it's a good song to spend some time on. Really level you up. All right.